to this Holy Guardian Angel meditation. And this meditation is best approached with an attitude of serenity and not fear. Remember, we create our reality. When we stillness, serenity and love, we create very powerful and uplifting results. Ultimately, there is nothing to fear. Fear and other associated energies, especially self-hatred and guilt, create openings in the energy fields that lower frequency forces can exploit. So if there's any fear or guilt or self-attack, please do the emotional healing meditation or the releasing fear and anxiety meditation before doing this meditation. And as always, closing your eyes, open body, open mind, then breathe. And with your breath, feeling your connection.
Posting of our natural and physical resources isn't working.
It's inaccessible. It's not really proper. It's not fit for purpose anymore.
Affecting everything from infrastructure, housing and adapting to climate change, strengthening environmental protection is also top of the list, with criticism over our rivers and lakes.
There were tools given to central government to protect the environment, and central government was asleep at the wheel, didn't do anything for years, with the result we are now in a mess.
There's also suggestion of a standalone urban development law separate to an environment law.
I think it's a real opportunity there, and it's certainly something that I've been quite keen on doing.
But National's approval ends there, criticising the need for an expert panel to lead the review.
The problem is all
Your
they've
breath
done is
breathing in ultraviolet.
I'd love to be able to fix it on the back of an envelope, but I can't.
While David Parker's RMA revamp is long overdue and therefore welcome, there is already trouble ahead, with New Zealand First objecting to a role for Māori in the resource management system, a key part of the review.
Well, they're part of Cabinet, and they signed off with the Cabinet papers, so they're already on board with that.
The greatest respect. I cannot agree with that race-based approach.
Reaching agreement around the cabinet table just got a whole lot trickier.
Yes, indeed. And Mikey joins us now from Parliament. A tricky issue, all right. Likely to cause more than a few problems for the coalition government, Mikey.
Back to universe.
That's right, this is only day one of the RMA review, and already we're seeing those deep divisions there amongst the coalition government partners. On the one hand, you've got New Zealand First, on the other you've got the likes of the Green Party, who've long been advocates for Māori rights. You've also got Labour, who obviously have that large Māori caucus, so some real potential for some real problems there. It's also a ticking time bomb in that the review is expected to report back mid-next year. That's just before the election, which could provide some real campaign fodder for the National Party, giving way to poking holes in their coalition government, and also giving question as to whether we may see the rise of that iwi versus Kiwi political attack line.
Parliament political reporter Mikey Sherman, thanks very much.
The first wave of the triumphant Silver Ferns have returned home with the Netball World Cup trophy in tow. Issues around the lack of prize money for the team still dominating conversation.
The players, however, are adamant they play for the love of the game, not financial incentives, as their achievement continues to sink in. Kimberly Downs was at the airport Brighton early this morning to greet our world champions.
A rousing welcome for the nation's...
All systems of the body, digestive system, reproductive system, nervous system, hormonal system, releasing anything you need to release back to universe.
Latest world champions. The Silver Ferns off their long-haul flight from Liverpool, complete with extra luggage.
No, I'm under the responsibility, so I've got it. It's scary.
But that title of World Cup winners hasn't quite hit home.
It's very surreal still. Definitely hasn't sunk in. So much of it still feels real crazy.
As they revel in the moment, the debate over the initial lack of prize money for players rumbles on.
We play netball because we love it. If we want wanted money, we'll go chase, I don't know, something else somewhere else. I think that's why our passion burns so strong, because, there's no outside factors. I'm a world champion, so really, this is nothing to beat this, so I'm just happy with that.
There was even a suggestion that any potential bonus from sponsors could be better spent.
There's so many ways that they can add to netball, it's not about the prize money for us at all too. If, grassroots netball needs to grow.
Still, there's some belief this result could be a tipping point.
I think we've been talking a lot about increased visibility for women in sports, and I think this is the start of it, right?
I think we need to make the most of it so that we do get, the coverage that netball deserves.
In the last 2 days, people from the Prime Minister to schoolgirls have labelled this side an inspiration.
Surrender all those vows throughout the whole country.
We want women and girls, and we want to, we really want to empower them to believe and to play and get active.
For 3 members of this group, it's a case of getting back.
Anything, any promises from any lifetime, and releasing any energies that can be released attached to any promises. Back to universe, aligning your whole field with more light. And many problems in this life can come from agreements from other lifetimes, or agreements from the bloodline. Dissolve all agreements that can be dissolved. Light back to yourself and calling the angels of the horizontal plane, Raphael of the east, archangel of air, archangel of healing, magician angel. The symbol is the caduceus and the energy is emerald green fire. Open now to that angel.
To their day jobs over the next week, a dose of reality that won't take the shine off their achievement.
Nothing absolutely touches or comes near to what we've done with the Ferns. This is the proudest thing I've ever been a part of.
For now, packing up that precious cargo, with Netball New Zealand in discussions to share it with the public in the near future. Kimberly Downs, One News.
And we'll have more on possible prize money for the Silver Ferns, plus Coach Nolene Totua's future later in sport.
It's a love story that came to a tragic end.
2 young people who had everything ahead of them, tragically murdered.
A young couple shot dead during a road trip in Canada. Next, the new twist in the investigation.
Catching the attention of police in the most dramatic way, crashing into a cop car, and it led to a $200 million discovery.
And there's been a heartfelt find following the Christchurch gas explosion that's made one little girl very happy.
And later on 7 Sharp, Jeremy waking up a sleepy town. What have you done?
Yes, well, it's a beer manufacturer hoping to create a sanctuary for the workers in North Waikato, turning empty land into a bustling township and paddling in our waste. We catch up with a Frenchman swimming through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. All that, plus former All Black captain David Kirk, coming up at 7.
You'll be chuffed with our Wednesday night lineup. First,
I don't want to have a pool in my lounge anymore.
I would love to keep the pool.
then race across the world.
I've never been anywhere like this.
Discover the magic of China. And tensions are high in Coro.
Just want me to come home.
It's all here on one. Step into the shoes of gifted kids.
I'm currently 16. I've finished my undergrad Bachelor of Science degree in Maths and Physics.
And the parents trying to keep up.
He was just fixated on aircraft seats.
The 2-part special, Brain Boxes, starts Tuesday 8:30 on One.
This is my place. This is my home. These are the streets that never let me feel alone. Magnetic corners won't let me go. They're seeing me flying high and moving down below. I'm in love with the city. Yes, I'm in love. I'm in love with the city.
This Friday till Sunday, magic's in the air at Briscoe's with absolutely everything half price. That's half price off all kitchenware, Manchester, electrical and all home decor. Everything in the entire store half price Friday till Sunday at Briscoe's.
about switching to a home loan custom built around your life. And right now, you can take advantage of this great interest rate. Think of custom built home loans. Bank of New Zealand.
Book your Canada Winter Wonderland escape with Flight Centre. Fly Air Canada's new direct flight to Vancouver from only $1,199. Exclusive to Flight Centre. Best in the air and everywhere. At Tower, we're on a mission to simplify insurance. So we're making our policies easier to read and understand.
Resolve and release. As this is happening, it's called the Christ.
Complicated insurance language is out, simple is in. With New Zealand's first car, house and contents policies awarded the right mark plain language standard. Tower, what the world does, we undo.
Down. Leave the body.
Here's the thing.
Crown.
When you really need someone to give you a bit of a leg up, to get it sorted, for someone to take a moment to lend a hand, or just muck in and do what needs to be done. Kiwis always help Kiwis.
Again, dissolve any energies in your field behind nature.
It's just what we do.
Any energies in your field need to be dissolved.
And that's why 100% of Lotto New Zealand's profits support over 3,000 good causes every year. Making a difference in communities right across the country. So, whenever you play a Lotto New Zealand game, you're a Kiwi. Helping other Kiwis.
Beginning with the eyes, allowing your higher self and Metatron to seal with a golden 5-pointed star in a circle of light each eye. And as this is happening, remember, the body is a sacred temple, bright indwelling spirit. We seal this physical opening of light.
Did you kill Esme?
All lower energy projections.
Streaming now only on TV and Z on
Only
demand.
light may enter there.
Welcome back. Two Canadian teenagers thought to be missing are now suspects in the murders of Australian Lucas Fowler and his American girlfriend China Dees. The pair are also wanted in connection with the death of a third person found near the teenagers' abandoned truck in British Columbia. Australian correspondent Ryan Boswell has the developments.
Indwelling spirit. We seal
Australian Lucas Fowler and his American girlfriend China Dees at the start of a road trip through Canada's Northern Rockies.
It just seemed like the free-spirited butterfly that traveled all over the world finally found another free-spirited butterfly.
Seen here on July 13 at a service station, filling up their newly renovated van with fuel and grabbing snacks. Days later, Lucas and China were shot dead.
It's a love story that's ended tragically. It really is. It's the worst ever love story. Because we now have two young people who had everything ahead of them tragically murdered.
In my time here, it is unusual. I mean, we have seen homicides, but generally speaking, not of this nature.
Adding to the complexity of this case is a mystery man found dead on the same stretch of highway near a burning truck. Police want to speak to these two young men who own that truck. They were thought to be missing, but are now suspects in all three deaths.
It's possible that they are linked.
I can't be specific with respect to how we've made those determinations, but I can say that investigators are confident in saying that rather than being missing, we now can confirm that they are traveling elsewhere in Canada.
Police also want to speak to this man. He was spotted standing in the middle of the Alaska highway the night before the bodies of Lucas and China were found. Families desperate for answers.
As you know, I may be an experienced police officer, but today I'm standing here as the father of a murder victim. We are just distraught.
And the loss tearing them apart. Ryan Boswell, One News, Sydney.
To what's being hailed one of the easiest drug busts in Australian history. A man found with more than 270 kilograms of meth in his van. But what's really sparking headlines is just how simple the driver made it for police to catch him. Emily Van Veldhoven explains.
Get catching drug dealers is usually hard work, so Sydney police couldn't believe their luck when this happened. The white van clipping 2 squad cars parked right outside the station. Despite writing one of them off, the driver bolts from the scene, and no wonder he wasn't keen to stop.
One of our senior police officers here actually cited the white Hi-Ace van. The inspector pulled the vehicle over, engaged the driver in conversation, and during that, numerous suspicions were raised.
What they found, more than $200 million worth of meth.
Remarkably, inside that vehicle was 13 boxes. In each box contained 21 1-kilogram bags of methamphetamine.
The driver, 26-year-old Simon Tu, has been charged with supplying a commercial quantity of ice, negligent driving, and of course, failing to give his details to police.
This would be one of the easiest drug busts the New South Wales police has ever made. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
And now detectives are hot on the trail of others involved, who surely must be thinking they chose the wrong man for the job.
This 26-year-old Barella man has certainly had a very, very bad day. Crashing into police vehicles with that amount of drugs on board is somewhat unheard of, and it is an exceptional set of circumstances.
The bizarre twist of fate delivering nothing but jail time for this driver, who will reappear in court in September. Emily van Veldhoven, One News.
Europe's in the grip of a heat wave, with the French region of Bordeaux hitting its hottest temperature ever. The city registering 41.2 degrees, the warmest since records began. Further north in Paris, tourists doing all they can to cool down, but one Kiwi holidaying there was relishing the extreme heat.
Coming down to the
It's nice. The back where we're from at the moment is winter, so it's good to get out of the cold.
And forecasters are warning the record-breaking temperatures will continue across Europe and in the UK this week. The Netherlands and Belgium expected to top 40 degrees for the first time.
Well, from the ruins of the Christchurch gas explosion, a special discovery is made. Next, our little Sienna thanks the brave rescuer.
Plus, how famous Kiwi driver Greg Murphy wants to help make us safer on our roads.
And 1 year out from the Olympic Games, organisers prepare to overcome a hurdle in Tokyo.
Then on Seven Shot had an out-of-this-world experience.
Yes, Wendy, fly me to the moon. She bought a ticket to space 50 years ago. Now she's ready to cash it in. Plus, kicking the butt at 61. Jump up, and you're going to go like this.
Oh, my God.
Gathers CrossFit maestro worker magic on our Julian. And the first All Black captain to hold the Rugby World Cup aloft lifts the lid on the rocky road that led to that glorious 1987 moment. We'll see you at 7.
Tonight, have we got a surprise for you?
I brought your trunks.
You'll definitely need those to live here.
The lounge is the swimming pool.
But one person's paradise
To love.
is another's nightmare.
I want to list.
So with that,
May the best man win.
Kirsty and Phil's Love It or List It, tonight on One and on demand.
And also to left and right. 4 anchors around the throat center, protecting it from lower frequency interference. And bringing the energy down to the heart. Call upon your higher self and Metatron to seal the heart center. Remembering the body is the sacred temple for the bright indwelling spirit. We seal this energy center with light. Only light may enter therein. And seeing this anchor at the back and also to left and right, 4 anchors around the heart center. Sealing it, protecting it in light. This rosy pink anchor. Coming down to the solar plexus. I call upon your higher self and Metatron to seal this energy center in the body, calling upon a rosy pink anchor in the front of the solar plexus. Remembering the body is a sacred temple for the bright indwelling spirit, we seal this energy center with light. Only light may enter therein. And seeing also the anchor at the back and the left and the right, sealing it. 4 anchors around the solar plexus, protecting it in all directions. connection to the sacral center, I call upon your higher self and Metatron to seal this energy center, remembering the body is a sacred temple for the bright indwelling spirit. We seal this energy center with light. Only light may enter therein. And seeing this...
At Barrenbrag Agri-Seeds, we're always thinking about the needs of New Zealand farmers. That's how we came up with Rohan.
And then also at the sides, left and right, protecting it, all directions, all directions. Finally, the root, we call upon your higher self and Metatron to seal this energy center in the body. Remembering the body is the sacred temple for the bright indwelling spirit. We seal this energy center with light. Only light may enter therein. And see an ankh flat below the root chakra. The loop pointing to the back and the stem to the front, protecting the root or base chakra with light. 7 centers in the body protected.
I'm just using my iPhone 8 and I'm using my telescope mounted on my tripod with Facebook Live. And Facebook Live is really good about zooming up. Hello and buenas noches. Good morning. Good morning, good evening. Whatever you'd like to say. Good day.
In this process, I call upon Isis and your higher self, Goddess Isis and your higher self, to hold your inner child during this process, to protect your vulnerable selves, to take, if necessary, any of your vulnerable selves or light to a protective sanctuary of light.
Zoom up on it, yeah. I'm just showing it because it looked different this morning when I filmed it around 11 o'clock when it was blue in the sky. You can see these ridges on it.
Call upon the great Goddess Isis and your higher self to hold your inner child or your vulnerable selves during this process, if necessary, to take all of these selves or some of them to a protective sanctuary of light in a higher dimension where they can be held safely.
So you can see some edges of it. You just bear with me. I just want to be able to just not hold the moon on here, just to let maybe the edges, so we can see the edges a tad bit. This is the moon. This is gigantic and it's moving across the screen. Good evening. Yeah, so let me just move this again. I really do want to see the edge of the moon. So you can see it. See what it looks like. What's this up here? I can't see what that is up there. Looks like some dots. You see these dots up there? On the edge of the moon. I can't really zoom up anymore. Good evening. Maybe if
I call upon all protective angels working with Michael, warrior angels, to be present now in the next process of this meditation. And I call a guardian angel, one of the angels working with Michael, with a great flaming sword of light to the front of your energy field.
together. It's toward the top, but it's not in the middle, but it's 3/4 of the way up. What is that?
Just notice a great being of light appear before you, holding a great flaming sword with both hands upright. And this angel may be much taller than you, maybe much taller than you.
3 dots.
And feel the power and light and heat from this angel.
You all can see them just as well as me. 2 more in the middle. But
One of the many angels working with Michael.
what happened?
And I summon another guardian angel with another flaming sword held in both hands to the right of your field.
Came unfocused, so now we got to
Protecting the right of your field. this meditation is best approached with an attitude of serenity and not fear. Remember, we create our reality. When we come from a place of stillness, serenity and love, we create very powerful and uplifting results. Ultimately, there is nothing to fear. Fear and other associated energies, especially self-hatred and guilt, create openings in the energy fields that lower frequency forces can exploit. So if there's any fear or guilt or self-attack, please do the emotional healing meditation or the releasing fear and anxiety meditation before doing this meditation.